Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I am so excited to finally talk to you. It's been a long time coming. You have a bunch of projects I've been wanting to talk to you about, but we're going to start with something simple. So before we get into it, tell us your name and where you're from.
Hello, I am Shania Elliot. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, but I currently live now in Charlotte, North Carolina.
I'm always in Charlotte.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
so-
say nothing when you come there, but that's
You know why? Because when I come, it's not for pleasure, it's for medical.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's for medical. My husband is has a lot of medical appointments here, so we're always
Okay.
back and forth. But I say when I come again, I'm gonna let people, hey, and I'm gonna say we're actually planning a weekend getaway to Charlotte because every time we come, we're in and out, in and out.
Mhm.
I want to come and stay because I have family there. But what I wanted to talk to you about is these two books I just got to you. So I know you wear many hats. You know, you're a mom, a grandmom, a wife, a daughter, yourself. But I want to talk to you about this series here. That
Okay.
was what we're talking about. So what I want to know is we're gonna start with this part, the first one. What inspired this? The fire we try to forget. What inspired
Okay.
this?
So I'm gonna do the Law and Order thing and say that the names of the people in that book have been changed, so they will not be like depicted out of anything. It is kind of part of a little bit of my life, my story. Um, And then some of it is just like bits and pieces of everything else
Okay.
that I put in there. But a lot of it is mainly, I would say, majority of it came from like situations that I've been through. So,
Because it felt very real. As I was reading, I was like, yeah, I can see this. Like this, it felt very like sometimes when I read people's books, I'm like, she made that up, or
mhm.
that's not realistic. But this felt very real, like very, very relatable. Brielle, Marcus, Deshaun, and I was just the whole time I'm like holding my breath. I don't want to give too much away for people who are going to read it, but I want to discuss it, and I
Okay.
may have to drop a spoiler or two. But when I first started reading it, I was kind of like got in the bed, laid back, and then at some point I had to sit up. Like what? I like how you built up some of it, but when I was reading about Brielle, she reminds me of a lot of women who
Mhm.
lose themselves in a marriage and into the kids and work and stuff. And then it's like, where am I? Because I'm
Yeah.
mom, I'm wife, I'm business or work or employee, whatever. And then you lose yourself and then you look around like, wait a minute, something is missing.
Hmm.
So, Deshaun.
So Deshaun, like I said, I'm doing the Law and Order thing. So it's a good friend of mine. We've been friends for 20 years. And we've been talking about like switching up this, putting not him, but like the premises of him in a book, and just to see how it falls. Like he read all four of the books, so there's two more coming out.
Okay, let's talk about the
Like,
six. I only got two. What you mean four? Okay.
yeah, so that's who Deshaun is. Deshaun is like he's really like one of my best friends. So.
Okay. Now, you know what? As I was reading this, I was picturing it as a movie. So if you
Mhm.
had to cast the characters, who would you cast to play these characters?
Girl, that's a good question because I've been thinking about that. Like my family was like, we would have to do it for everybody, like to get just new people, not like regular actors, but we would just have to have like new and upcoming actors to play the
Okay.
people. Because it's like it has to be somebody like, especially like for Brielle, it has to be somebody that knows a mom, like knows how to play a mom real well, and
Mm-hmm.
knows how to play that part of just like she's in the marriage, but she's not in the marriage. And like her mindset is like slowly drifting away from her
Hmm.
husband and why she's staying with him. So she has to be able to have that whole mindset. But it would have to be some new and upcoming actors. It couldn't be like the regular actors. There had to be some new faces, like people off of Amazon somewhere, maybe Tubi, but like some actors like that don't really you don't really see them doing them roles, but they would be the real good to play them roles for it.
Okay. Okay. Now, when I got to the second one, Echoes of the Heart,
Mm-hmm.
I had to like, I just have to read this part where she said, I kept showing up, hoping he'll meet me there. I kept trying to explain the kind of love I needed, but he kept giving me the kind he thought was enough.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I was like, I've been there. Oh, not the relationship not my marriage, but a relationship before. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, yeah. Some of these men get in these marriages or these relationships and just get very comfortable. Like,
Yes, and
okay.
complacent and stagnated, and they just stay like the thing is like I understand of it is you have to learn how to keep the marriage going.
Yep.
Like yeah, it's like well, from my perspective, it's like you always have to have that best friend status.
Right.
Where it's like if I don't have nobody else, I know I have you. And for a lot of guys, it's more or less of they gonna love you to for enough
Hmm.
and then leave it. Okay, we're there. So she's happy here, and that's it. Like we don't change. Everybody changes at
Yep.
some point in time. So your love language might be a whole different. Might be a lot different from what it was when you first met. So it's
True.
like at this point you don't want to give her the like you're not trying to relearn her or you're not trying to relearn each other. So
Hmm.
that's what it is. Echoes was a heart was like I was sitting there, I'm typing and I'm like, oh my God, I'm just like crying. So
Because
but
the first one, yep.
three and four is gonna take you on a ooh girl. I can't wait till it come out because it is gonna be serious.
This one, because the first one, like I said, once or twice, and then I was kind of like holding my breath when they were away, and
Mhm.
I was like, okay, what's gonna happen? So I was like, okay, but there's another part. So I had to pull these out.
Okay.
When she was talking about her wedding ring, and she said the circle meant forever once. Now it just meant stuck. Roommates with wedding bands.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I know people like that.
Yep. I know people like that.
I was like, okay. And then some things that some women don't want to do, which I'm glad you put in here, how she went to therapy. Like, is
Mm-hmm.
it me? Am I crazy? Or is this man not doing something right? Am I doing something wrong? Like, what's
Mm-hmm.
going on? And she said, I've asked to be loved in 100 different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Softly, consistently, with presence, with intention. I didn't need flowers every week or expensive gift. I just wanted to be felt. I was like, girl, I've been there. I was like, and I like how you broke this down into like chapters. Like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
not like some long, long drawn out. Like it was nice.
Yeah.
You led up to it, and it got to the point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Because
that's what I appreciate.
I read a lot of books and I'm like, I got bad ADHD. So it's like if I gotta read through 20 pages of a chapter and it's like I still don't get it, I'm like, I'm gonna stop. So I try to like I want to get it where it's like you read it and you're like, okay, next page. So it's not like it's a whole big book and you're like, yeah, no, let me just put this down. I'll come back to it later. I'm like, mm-mm. Mm-mm. So I wanted to make it short and simple. You get it, you got it. Let's go to the next book. Because once you get to the end of Echoes of the Heart, then it takes you on book three, and it's like, ooh.
Yeah, because you did leave
And,
me hanging.
and then book four is like, oh my God, now what's going to happen? But book four tells it all. So,
Okay. Okay. So I know that you have done some other stuff. Tell us about
mhm.
some of the other stuff that you've done.
So I've been in one, two, three. I've been in three anthologies.
Okay.
I've written my own anthology. I've done two cookbooks.
Let me ask you a question. When it comes to anthologies, how does that work? Like, does each person get a, like, say when the book sells,
Hmm.
does each person get a percentage or you get something up front? Like, how does that work with an anthology?
Well, with these particular anthologies, it was independently published. So
Okay.
what it does is like you pay into it, and what you get is you get your books, and then you can get your own website where you can sell your books.
Okay.
So you'll have your own books and you can make your money do that, or you can take your chapter and build from it.
Okay. Gotcha. Because I was wondering, I've seen those a few times, and I have so many ideas in my head. My editor just reached out to me the other day because I'm working on a book, and he was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "I have so many ideas in my head that I'm jumping from." Yeah,
Hmm.
adult ADD. So I'm jumping from here, jumping from there, and I'm like, "Okay, I need to sit down and focus on just one." So that's why I was wondering. I always wanted to ask about the whole thing. Now you said the cookbooks. Tell me about the cookbooks.
So the first cookbook I did, my grandmother, well, my grandmother passed and she left me her recipes.
Wow.
So what I did was I recreated her recipes, some of the recipes, and then I got a couple of my cousins to be in the cookbook with me.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's called Salvage Jewels.
Wait, let me write that down. Tell me again.
It's called Salvage Jewels. SAVASJEWELS. Savage Jewels. It's on Amazon.
Okay. Thomas Jones. That's good to know.
And then the other one is Breaking Bread. So we took us four and we put us into a holiday cookbook, but it's not your traditional holiday Thanksgiving, Christmas dinners. It's more or less of there's a lot of different things in there that you can do on the holidays. So you don't have to do the traditional turkey or the chicken or the ham. There's a lot of different ones in there.
Mm.
And then I added my daughter because she bakes.
Oh,
So I
wow.
added her. So I added her to the dessert part because I don't bake. I was happy when I passed it in school because I was like, thank you, God, I only had to take that class once. But she could bake from scratch, and I'd be looking at her like, yeah, it can't be me. No.
Yeah, my husband bakes. He loves baking. He cooks too, but he loves to bake. His new thing now is grilling, but that's a whole nother story. So with the next two um parts of this,
Hmm.
they're always series book. So we're gonna get a part three and a part four.
Yes.
Okay, so just tell me, is this gonna like make me is this
Nope.
do something to me again? Because I was
Yes, they definitely will. I think three is going to take you on. I would say three will take you back to when they were in the beginning of their marriage, and
okay,
then it leads up to you'll have more of an in-depth like vision of their marriage and
okay,
how it started and how they became where it is and what happened.
okay.
And then I think towards the end is a little bit. I threw a little bit of Deshaun in the back of there, and then four takes you like way over. So you like you're not going to expect what happens, but you're going to be surprised.
Tell me about this, your writing. Did you always want to write? Did you start writing later? Like, how did that come about?
During COVID,
Ah,
um, my marriage therapist actually was the person that asked me to be in my first anthology, which
wow.
is Evolve. Um, I had to talk about having my son because I had him through IVF,
Oh, wow. Okay.
and that was a little bit hard to write, but I got through it. Um, he's my little broke best friend. Sorry, so that's my baby.
How old is he
Um,
now?
he's 10.
Okay.
Yeah, so I talked a lot about like going through the stages of having going through IVF and having a miscarriage and losing my first cycle
Okay.
of the IVF cycle, and then debating on whether I wanted to try again, and then having getting pregnant with him and almost losing him and struggling to keep him in me until it was time for me to deliver him.
Right.
And then after having IVF, going through postpartum,
Mhm.
and then when he gets a little bit older, is going into, I think it was a little bit of talking about him having autism.
Okay.
But the autism anthology, that's mine's. That's the one I wrote, and that is my superhero book.
Okay.
And I talked about him.
You gotta have me on Amazon ordering everything. All of these are on Amazon?
Hmm. You
Okay.
just type in my name and you'll see all of them.
Okay, because that was my next question was like how do we purchase the series and stuff. So when you said schooling, because I wanted to talk to you about everything. Those
Hmm.
two things I want to talk about. So you went to culinary school?
Yep, Johnson and Wales.
Nice. How was that?
It was very good. After I left the military, I moved down south, and I finished my last year there. So I
Okay.
graduated in 2008
Oh
with
wow.
my associates in culinary science. I didn't know what I was going to do with it because my dad passed right after that. So it was just like,
Oh.
oh, I didn't know. So right now it's just like I have my own catering business, but I don't really do it that much.
No?
No, I need to. I need to, but
Yeah, because I'm planning my anniversary party and I'm looking for a caterer. So
well, you have some information. I got
yeah.
my page and everything.
Yeah, well, we would definitely talk because it's not until next year, but we would definitely
Hmm.
talk about that. And I need to talk to your daughter about baking some stuff because I know my husband he bakes, but he won't have time to be baking if we're planning a party.
Mm,
Or the military. What branch were you in?
Army.
Okay, I'm familiar. My dad was in the army. My husband was in the army. My son-in-law was in the Marines, and my daughter was in the Navy. So I'm
Okay.
very familiar with. How long were you in?
13 years.
Oh wow, so you're a true vet.
Yes, I am a very true vet.
As they always say, and it drives my husband crazy every time we go somewhere and we get like a discount. Thank you for your service. He's like, whatever. I'm like, don't be like that, sir. Don't
I'm
be.
like, that's how I be like, because I'm like, am I supposed to say you welcome or yeah, okay? Because my son is in the National Guard now, and he's a mechanic. So when like if we go anywhere and we'll ask one of us to say, well, can we have either a military discount or a veterans discount? And they be like, well, which one of y'all was in there? He's like, well, I'm in there now. She's old. I'm like, how you? Like, I'm not old. I'm like, I'm the old army because I keep telling him like this new age army is way different, way different. I'm like, y'all get babied a lot, so they
We
just
live
throw out
here.
rank and everything.
Were you here in Fort Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too far from Fort Jackson, so yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I went to basic there, and then I went to AIT in El Paso, and then when because my mom had my sons, so they switched me over to National Guard, and then I went to train for admin, and then I course trained into a cook because that's what I really wanted to do. And then from there, I just went because I came after that, before I moved down to North Carolina, I had my daughter and she was born with a heart defect. So I couldn't go
Mm.
overseas. Oh
Okay.
no, don't get sad. She is a regular 22-year-old. Yes, she is. That's my only baby
That's the one
girl.
that bakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she drives me bananas, but she's there. She's here and she's kicking every time we go to her cardiologist. He be like, I just remember when you first came down here. She was four.
Oh
4 or 5,
wow.
going on 5, and they had to do a open heart surgery on her when we first came down here.
Wow.
Yeah, so she's one of my miracle babies too.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad. Well, I'm looking forward to meeting her. So we have the cookbooks, you have the anthologies. You will have
Hmm.
this new series. So what are you
Hmm.
doing now? Are you still cooking? Are you still writing? Like, what are you doing now?
Well, I'm doing both.
Okay.
Um, like I said, I have ADHD real bad, so I kind of multitask on a lot of stuff. Right now, I'm finishing up my second series. This is a six-part series. It's Unspoken Desires,
Hmm.
and this is going to be. I'm so in love with these books right now because I'm so proud of myself for this one because
Yeah.
it's like adult erotic, but it's really not, but it is. So
Okay.
it has some erotic moments, but it's not like what's her name? The
Zane,
author. Yeah, it's not like Zane because she was over there.
I used to
Mine is
do those.
like in the middle, like it's in the middle somewhere, but it's really good.
Well, as now that you're a published author and stuff, do you read other writers' work? Who do you
I
like?
love to I love to read more of the independent people
Yeah.
because I get like we go to different I go to like a lot of different organizations and
Hmm.
we get to pick up a lot of people's books and stuff. So
Okay. Yeah. That's what I think. That's what I like to lean toward. Like I've seen some
mhm,
of the big authors, the big publishing companies and stuff like, yeah, okay. I would much rather prefer to support self-publish and
mhm,
authors, smaller businesses because big publishing people got their money already. So no,
yeah.
support the others. So thank you so much for finally us getting a chance to talk. I wanted to talk about this,
Yes.
and I am looking forward to. Do you have an estimated date for part three and four? Are they gonna come out the same time, or I gotta wait, do three and then do four?
No, I think three and four right now we're fighting over the cover
Okay,
because I want the cover needs to be exactly what the book is.
okay.
So I don't want it to be like some far out stuff, and I need her to be perfect on the front
Okay.
cover. So right now we're fighting through the cover. So hopefully it should be out soon.
Okay.
As soon as they finish these covers, then they do this. They get these covers together. Then everything else is done. But the covers I need, like with the first two, you can look at it and you like, dang, that's gonna grab you.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Most definitely. Most definitely. Well,
so
it
I
was
need.
so good to talk to you. I am looking forward to seeing what you come up with the next two the books in this series. And I'm gonna
Mhm.
check out those other books. And we're gonna definitely talk about you catering.
Yeah.
Because it's a black tie affair, but we want to keep it nice but simple.
Hmm.
Yeah, so we would definitely talk about that. So enjoy the rest of your little break,
I
and
will.
we would definitely talk soon.
Yes. Thank
Okay.
you.
You're
Bye.
welcome. All right, take care.
You too.